Good evening, y'all. I wanted to make a video tonight to talk a little bit about my diagnosis with rheumatoid arthritis in 2014. I have been in remission now it'll be 2 years next month that I've been in remission. I've had one flare-up during that time. It sounds sort of almost odd to me now to even say that I have RA because I have no symptoms at this point, haven't had in over a year. So I believe I was diagnosed with RA in direct connection with being on Acutane or isotretinoin for my skin. At the time, I was having extremely bad cystic acne on my face. I had knotted cysts all under my jawline and had tried everything. I've had bad acne since I was a teenager. I'd heard of Acutane. It always scared me. Never wanted to go that far as to take a strong medication like that. But I decided at that point in my life, I was 32, and it was the worst it had ever been. So after going through antibiotics, creams, and everything else I could think of, I finally went to the dermatologist and let them put me on Acutane. For 6 months, I was on Acutane. I felt horrible while I was on it. I was sick. I ate, but I was told those were side effects of the medication. They would go away when I got taken off of it. My sister was actually on it at the same time. I told her, look, my skin's clearing up, my skin's looking better, you're similar to me, so you go get it. So she did. Well, she felt so sick when she was on it, she quit. She didn't finish her 6 months. I finished my 6 months. I wanted to see what it would do for my skin. 2 months after coming off of it, I went on vacation. I actually took a vacation. I was a massage therapist at the time. Took a vacation from work, and starting my 2-week vacation, I had incredibly bad hip pain, which over the 2 weeks that increased and got worse. I was flying for the vacation to California and back. I had to be pushed in a wheelchair through the airport. I couldn't walk. And upon coming home and trying to return to work, I couldn't do anything. I went into work one day and left in an hour. I couldn't feed my dogs. I couldn't pick up the dog bowls. Found out in about 2 days after having blood work done that I had RA, and I had to call a specialist, try to get in with a specialist. We all know how long that can take. It took me, I'm trying to think, it took me about a month to get in with the specialist. So until then, I was strictly on painkillers and prednisone. There was nothing else any other doctor could do for me. They couldn't prescribe me any of the RA medications until I saw the rheumatologist. So it was a waiting game. It was the worst pain I've ever been in my life, every single day when I got out of bed and all day long. So I started on methotrexate after I saw the rheumatologist, but it didn't work. I was on it for 30 days, went back, and of course insurance won't pay for the good stuff until you try the stuff that's not working enough times for them to know it's not working. So we doubled my methotrexate, still didn't change anything. And by the time my rheumatologist was able to get me on Humira, I had been in that kind of pain for 3 months. I went from working out 4 to 6 times a week, running, and to being able to barely walk, dress myself, hold a glass of water within 2 weeks. The rheumatologist said it was the worst case of RA that he's ever seen, and it came on the quickest. Usually it kind of comes on slow. It takes a little while to diagnose and figure out what's going on, but 2 weeks flat. And like I said, I feel that it's solely due to the Acutane medication I was on for my face. And it wasn't a good 6 months for my face. I was completely dried out. My nose would bleed from being so dried out. So I just wanted to talk a little bit about that and the dangers of being on Acutane. I've read too much on the internet about other people coming down with not just RA, but other types of autoimmune disorders from being on medications for their skin. It completely changed my life. I am no longer a massage therapist, which I had been for 10 years. I quit the profession, never renewed my license. I didn't think I'd ever be able to work again. I was out of work for 8 months. And my dermatologist told me, no, that, it doesn't cause any long-lasting side effects. Since then, my rheumatologist has told me, no, I don't believe that's what caused your RA. Well, I'm here to tell you I believe it did. Because I have no family history of autoimmune, no family history of RA. I had not been sick. I had not been bitten by any bugs. It was the only thing in my life that was different was the medication. And 2 months after coming off of it, I couldn't walk. I was using a cane, so it was a life-changing experience, something I hope I never have to go through again. I hope I stay in remission. I did take Humira for a year. Every 2 weeks, I took a shot, and after a year, my rheumatologist said, you're in remission, and I have been for almost 2 years now. Like I said, I had one flare-up, and during that time when I had the flare-up, I had taken a new job that was extremely stressful. And I realized real quick, it's not going to work. It's not worth my health to stay in that job. So I was there 3 months and I left. And I found something that works for me. I'm a custodian at an elementary school. It's a physical job. I'm lifting trash. I'm bending over. I'm scrubbing. I'm doing things like that. And it doesn't bother me because it's not stressful. I'm not stressed out. But I just wanted to share my struggle with that a little bit. I know there's lots of people out there that struggle with RA, and they struggle with it on a daily basis, and I don't anymore. Like I said, I did for about 6-8 months. Toward the end of 8 months, I was much better and almost back to normal. That's when I went back to work. But for a long time, and I know it's the worst daily pain. And there's people out there, like I said, that still do it every day. They don't go into remission. They have to treat every day. And I just thank God that I did go into remission. Pray that I never have to deal with it again. And that it's gone from my life forever. But I just wanted to put this out there and let y'all know that it's can happen from medication. I fully believe it can, and I don't believe teenagers need to be on it. Teenagers that go on it, I've read too many stories online about the dangers of teenagers being on it and developing autoimmune and juvenile rheumatoid arthritis. So anyway, it's one of my more serious posts, but I wanted to put that out there, give you a little bit of my story, and that's something that really touches me and that I hope I can share with other people and help somebody out there. If I can help one person who doesn't take it because they hear me, maybe that's one more person that doesn't have to suffer with autoimmune due to skin medications. So, alright, well, I'm getting ready for bed. I've got my puppies here in the bed with me. I don't know if you can see them. We're going to lay down and hopefully get some rest. So, y'all have a good night.